We even made a trade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I gave Peter Ronnie Brown.
Okay.
And he gave me Plexico Burris.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you for real?
See you guys in the playoffs.
He trade raped you.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football Week 9 recap brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Knize representing the 4-5 Have a Pizza Me. Joining me this week, representing the 7-2 Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
Hey, if you stick around long enough, you just might see a butthole.
It's possible, who knows? Representing the 3-6 Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, PoP Fantasy Football Kerouac Commissioner Dan Mahoney.
Did you guys hear about that time Knize broadcast a butthole on YouTube?
I did. Jose, did you hear about that?
I'm hearing I need to know more.
And finally, representing the 4-5 Cammed If You Do, Cammed If You Don't, the 2019 PoP Fantasy Football Champion, Jose Guzman.
Everyone knows about these buttholes but me.
Oh, what a week. What a week. A week full of close ones, upsets, blowouts, and embarrassments. But enough about the election, am I right?
Tannehill just got sacked.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
And
He'll brush it off.
The trade deadline was this week, so there was a mad dash to make deals, and none were more blockbuster than when Kelly offered to trade entire rosters with Mahoney.
That was wild.
Which Mahoney's answer was, he already did.
Yeah, I told them we already traded our whole rosters. I got the better half.
So you want your team back, Kelly?
Yeah. That trade request was massive.
Yeah.
It just, I clicked on it and it was every single player on both of our teams. At least I think, because if you send that many players in the trade, he might have just dropped one of his or something and been like, I kept one.
Oh, look at Tito over here being slick. I see you, Tito.
Oh, you
picking up the Chiefs.
I dropped them Chiefs. Get out of here, Chiefs.
So, okay. I'm looking. What was the trade deadline? Was the 12th?
It was.
Trade deadline was yesterday.
Wednesday at noon.
Okay, Wednesday. We got. Let's drop.
Just look at transactions.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It was a lot.
6, 7, 8. 8 trades made right before the deadline.
I participated in 2 myself.
All right, so very quickly, guess who had the most trades this season?
Let's see. I wonder.
That would be.
Well, it's
Mr.
got to be Mahoney or Kelly.
Mahoney at 9.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Second is me at 7.
Oh, yeah, I could see that because Tito, you had a flurry at the end, and then
Kelly is third with 6.
I believe that. And Kelly, you should be on there with 4. 2 of those trades. I don't know.
Suspicious.
And,
no, I'm not saying suspicious. I'm just saying not in his best favor.
And then
because
we have 2 teams. We have 2 teams with 0 trades. That's Vetter's team and obviously Juan's team, because Juan is averse to trading.
Vetter has 0 trades?
0.
Like, Juan I get, because Juan is just being a pain about it.
Vetter made me an offer, but I declined it like about a week ago.
I feel like Vetter made me an offer. You ruined his only chance
to trade. He was like, Tito, I'm relying on you to be my one trade of the season, and you shoot him away.
How often do you guys get a trade offer and you feel personally insulted?
Every time Mahoney sends me one.
I like to send you just nonsense trade request.
Yeah, and my only hope is I don't accidentally accept it fucking around with my fat thumbs on my phone.
Someday you will, and I'm gonna go right into the app, and I'm gonna be like, vote to approve.
Yeah.
Vote to approve.
I'm gonna go to screenshot it. My fat thumb's gonna slip, and it's gonna say accept trade, can't undone.
Mahoney sent me a trade yesterday before the trade deadline for Christian McCaffrey, Mike Davis, and a third, which I don't remember, for just 3 scrubs. And I responded back, and the comments were offensive.
It didn't even have a third. It was McCaffrey and Davis for the Bucks defense and a whole bunch of wide receivers.
Exactly, offensive.
Yeah.
So
He
this
says, "Oh, you
season-
like wide receivers? Here's a
You
lot."
were trying to get rid of him, and you needed wide
Were they?
receivers.
Yeah, but here's what's crazy.
I
is he was
wasn't
probably
trying
gonna
to get rid
trade
of him.
Were those wide receivers the wide receivers you traded him a week earlier? He was
One of
trying to
them
get
was.
back
I
to
think,
you?
yeah.
One of them
Yeah,
was.
I bet
McKinnon
it was.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. This guy's like, "Hey, you interested in that dude you used to have?
And sometimes
Let
I
me get
am.
Christian McCaffrey for that dude you dropped."
Like, I used to have Mike Davis, and I got him back from Kelly.
Jose knows Mahoney's trade speak so well.
I'm like, this motherfucker. And then what's crazy though is you guys look at them beautiful blue eyes and you fall for it all the time.
Listen, take a look at Matt's team and tell me how he's doing making some trades with me. He's doing great. Kelly, it didn't work out.
I'm talking about Kelly's 2 stud running backs that he drafted on a beautiful hair system. and just like Samson, once the hair was once he lost that hair, he lost his power.
Now listen.
Says the
which
man
one
with,
of these?
with new golden locks.
I'm trying to remember which Kelly trade it was, but one Kelly trade that I made, Kelly proposed to me, and I even sent it to Tito and was like, "I gotta decline this, though, right? Like I can't accept this trade." And Tito was like, "Hey, man,
say the trades were made dirty.
That was the Aaron Jones trade.
that was the Aaron Jones trade." Yeah,
I'm saying those are 2 guys Kelly should not have traded. Kelly should have because at that point of the season, there was so many people still on the waiver wire.
And he was 4-0.
Yeah, like you're 4-0. It's that early in the season. Your 2 studs are hurt, but they're not long-term hurt. You save them, especially when we put the IR.
Hey, man,
That was right after Dalvin Cook broke his dick.
yeah, that was week 4, and now
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna be
then
week
Mahoney
10.
put it in his ear. He's like, "Oh, he's got a broke dick. He'll never play again."
No, Tito started the whole talk about how he never, once he's hurt all season. I'm
I
trying
said
to
Yeah,
move
and
him.
Mahoney's just pushing Tito. What was that, Tito?
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
He's
heard
got
that.
to hurt what? He's out for what? Forever, Tito? Oh man!
And
Kelly,
then one
you
other
can't
trade,
have a guy like that.
the trade for Lamar Jackson. I was like, "Hey Kelly, why don't you just ask him for Lamar Jackson?" And Kelly just did that, and Mahoney traded him.
Yeah. And you know what? That one wasn't a bad trade.
No,
It
that wasn't
didn't
a
work
bad
out. Lamar Jackson didn't work out, but it wasn't a bad trade.
I mean,
He started Matt Ryan last week, and that was the better play.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, or at that point in the season, at week 4, we all expected big things out of Lamar Jackson. We did.
well,
I got him from
wait,
Matt,
Wait.
and
I
you,
will say
Jose,
one person-
we were after him.
One person who did not expect big things from Lamar Jackson was this guy.
Oh, please.
My whole game plan was to stay away from Lamar Jackson. I didn't think the running game would be this shitty, but I knew last year I had him. He exploded. This year, everybody's going to figure him out and not going to have the same success. So I stayed away from him. But Mahomes, I was going for.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna ride that Super Bowl high. I believe that the league would stop Lamar before they would stop Mahomes.
Because they always stop a running quarterback before a pocket passer.
Yeah, because you can't guard everybody, and if he can always hit the guy that's open because he can extend plays, and he's not looking to run, he's looking to pass, but he can run, but he's looking to pass.
Yeah, I wonder if the same thing happens next year with Kyler Murray.
Oh,
Maybe.
that guy's
See,
scary.
yeah, that could be interesting. Kyler Murray kind of turned into what Lamar Jackson. Kyler Murray is this year's Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackman.
I've reached
Lamar
my
Jacobs.
favorite part of the season where my team, if you look at our rosters, I have not a single person that I drafted. Not one.
All right.
Let's see here. Free agency, trade, 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 free agency, trade, trade, free agency, free agency, free agency, trade, and then a bunch of free agencies.
That sounds about right. Like
Yep.
a lot of championship teams, unless you just fucking drafted your balls off,
Hold
your
on. But
team's not going to be the same.
how many of those free agents did you draft but then drop and then pick up?
None. None of these.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no, I don't think he ever picked up a guy he drafted.
All right.
He's either
Yeah, I
traded him,
I
traded him, or
definitely
dropped
have
him.
dropped. Like Cole Beasley joined and left
Yeah.
my team a few times.
But that was you picked him up off the waiver. You didn't
Yeah,
draft
he
him.
started on waivers. I didn't draft.
He's picked up and dropped a couple waiver picks, but I watch Mahoney's roster very, very closely.
As I do to all of yours.
All right. Well, before
With
the
his
show
fucking sending pictures of redacted notes.
before the show gets completely away from us, let's go to Mahoney with the Week 9
it's
scoreboard.
It's gone.
Week 9 was full of unexpected surprises. The most unexpected surprise of all was on our flagship podcast, the Panels on Pages podcast, live Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. We were playing our favorite game, Wrestler or Porn Star, where the boys read off a name to me and I have to decide if that person is a wrestler or a porn star. And let me tell you, there is absolutely no way to tell.
Nope.
And Knize over here, in a moment of not seeing the forest for the trees, put up a picture of some cover of some porno, and it had an actual, honest-to-God butthole right on the front
Not
of it.
just a butthole, but also a vagina.
Yeah.
I saw my screen flash right now, and I thought I was posting the picture again.
Whoops.
You're gonna get us arrested.
It was absolutely wild. That was the most wild thing that happened last week. The second most wild thing that happened last week was when I beat Vetter by 1 point.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Vetter had, what did he have, 1 player to go? He had 1 player to go,
Yeah.
and he needed 4 points.
LaMichael Perrine. And
Yep.
even on the
Fair, yeah.
Discord in the Pop Fantasy Football channel, Vetter was like, I just need 4 out of this guy. Yeah, I think that's doable.
Yeah, never should have said it out loud. I don't know
Never
what he was
should have
thinking.
spoken it.
Yeah, you just
That's
needed like
what-
3 catches.
That's what you get for trusting any jet.
Yep. I looked. I think I even said in our message chain for the show. I think I said earlier in the day, like, dude's only scored more than 3 points 1 time all season.
Right.
So I'm feeling okay. And like, I get that he had a less important role earlier in the season, but he scored like 12 points like week 6, and then like 3 points, 2.5 points, 3 points. I was like, yeah,
I
I think I'm
really,
okay.
I really question why he didn't start McKissick.
Yeah.
Who
I don't know.
has Naheem Hines?
Mary.
But he bet he's on her bench.
Did she play him?
Probably
No,
benched.
That's
Yeah,
why
found
he
it.
scored, because he only
On the
scores when you have him on your
It's
bench.
true.
Yeah, he's one of them, huh?
So yeah, poor Vetter had to sit and watch the entire Monday night game, because it was a Monday night game that his last guy played in. And he
He
had to watch
starts-
the whole stupid game waiting to see if he could get 1 more yard.
He starts anybody on his bench over that running back, and he wins.
Yep.
And this game had two sweet studs in this mother. One, Kelly's
stud.
homeboy,
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin. I ain't got a dick no more. Cook.
He's running so much better without it, though.
This motherfucker is
It was all
on
that
a
weight. All that
tear.
weight was holding him back.
He's like, yeah, they took 2 inches off. I'm like fucking 10 miles faster.
I feel so bad. Every time I log into the app, the alerts that I get are like, is Dalvin Cook the greatest player in fantasy football? And I'm just like, thanks, Kelly. I love you, man.
Well, he dropped 37 this week. And you look over at Josh Allen, Vetter's quarterback dropping 41, you would think he had a shot, and he did.
He did have a
but
shot.
you can't lean on your Jets. You lean on Jets, and you're gonna get what the fucking. They did everything they could to make sure that they did not win that game.
And this was a big bounce back. This was a big bounce back for Josh Allen. Prior to these 41, he was doing a downward trend on his points, going 19, 18, 16, and 12 the previous 4 weeks.
Yeah, he had a dog shit month. But fucking that Bucks D got him -1. Oof.
Yeah. That
Good
was
thing
so
somebody
frustrating.
dropped them.
Yeah, the Bucks D I am referring to as Jose's sleeper agent, where he was like, "Man, do I wish I had that Bucks D," and I was like, "I gotta have it then," and then they got me -1 points, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
I got plans too, motherfucker.
You got the dud. Yeah, they absolutely were a dud.
I feel like we're going to be playing that a lot for Bucks this week.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Get that used to it.
Let's slide down
look
to
at that.
Tito.
Preston Williams, 14 on the bench. McKissick, 11-5 on the bench.
Oof.
Even Gallup would have got it with 4-5.
His bench would have probably beaten my starting team.
If he would have swapped out his kicker, he would have took it. His quarterback got him 23. Not a slouch number, but it ain't no 41.
I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like most of the times I've beaten Vetter, it's been on some kind of weird technicality like this. Always a heartbreak. And you know what? I'm here for it. All right, let's slide to Tito's game. Tito and Tad.
What the
Tito
fuck?
and Tad, division leaders. Tito was 7-1. Tad was, I want to say, 5-3.
5-3 is correct.
5-3 was Tad. And, whew, Kyler Murray and Devontae Adams coming through.
Yeah.
Tad beats Tito 143 to 121.
So 121 beats anybody else this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there, homie. Been there.
Yeah. The funny
But
thing
the-
is, and those people who play in multiple leagues would understand this pain. He had Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, and Baltimore defense. In my other money league, I have Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, and Baltimore defense. So I'm cheering on one side and going, fuck, on the other side. But there was one point where I had enough points on the other team, on the other league, where I didn't need any of them to perform well, where I started to root against them.
There you go. There you
But
go.
at least if it's going to go your way, you'd rather it go your way in the money league first. Because
I won it last year. I'm going for back-to-backs on that league.
Woof.
But fucking add Kyler Murray and Devontae Adams for runner-up or contention for tag team champion for the 2020 season, because they have saved his ass many of games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Where
they scored
if
him
you-
71 points this week.
Yeah, like if you even take off 10 points and they still had like a great game compared to everyone else, he loses. But they're having extraordinary games and they're pushing him over the top.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, this is his check down process. Devontae Adams,
Running back. Whoever the
running
back
back.
is on the field.
tight end.
Then he's just like, fuck
Devontae
it,
Adams.
I'll run it.
Yeah. Chuck it, Devontae Adams. I like Devontae Adams is the Dalvin Cook of football.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say
I got,
so.
I got lost there.
If Tad was playing Knize and started Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, and his kicker, they would have tied.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And Tito didn't have slouch of numbers. Fuller put up
No.
18-5, which is, it's great to see Fuller produce and stay healthy.
Healthy.
Because
Yeah.
his problem was always injuries, but he cut his
But, okay.
dreads.
Mark this down. It is 9:23 in New York. If something happens to Fuller this week, it's Jose's fucking fault.
Yep.
Yeah, but I love Fuller. Fuller's my boy. But they were talking like he changed his diet and
So
you know,
this is Fuller's numbers for the season. 15 points week 1. Week 2, he was injured. 13, 19, 13, 21, 10.5, 18.5.
He's a deadly fucking weapon. He's
He's
averaging.
averaging 16.4 points.
It was
Pretty
like,
great.
what was it? Maybe 2 years ago, before he got hurt for a long term, he had 7 passes thrown his way, 7 catches, 7 touchdowns.
Right.
That is fucking stupid numbers. And they were like 70 yards, 50 yards. And that's what's deadly.
He's benefiting greatly from Hopkins not being there.
Yeah. Like, I was worried that he wouldn't, because that's usually why he got those catches, was because everyone's worried about Hopkins.
Why Hopkins?
He slips through. But Cooks is playing well.
He's starting to come up now.
Now it's like, who are you going to stop? The really fast tall guy or the really fast short guy? And the answer is, we'll hurt their running back.
Holy shit. All right. Let's see. Who's up next? Next up we got Jose. We got Mel. Mel, rough week for Mel. 102.5 for Jose. 88.5 for Mel.
He had a stud. Aaron Rodgers fucked around with that game. He threw up 36.
I'm a stud.
But his tight end, 12.5, which is fucking astronomical numbers for tight ends this season, because
and from Ingram too.
Especially for Ingram, who I dropped early on.
I picked him up. I traded him to Mel.
Yeah, 12.5 is the best Ingram has done all season.
I think that's how I got Fuller, was when I traded him to Mel for Fuller.
Why?
He had he had Fuller, huh? See, I thought you drafted Fuller.
No, I traded for Fuller. I traded for Fuller.
Good trade. Great trade.
I drafted Ingram. I did Mark Ingram, Evan Ingram back to back. Ingram and Ingram.
And that fucking bent you over.
All right. Blue Crew in the chat asks, PPR, McKinnon or Gordon already starting Kamara?
I go McKinnon.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Like,
they're splitting time with Lindsey and Gordon over there. McKinnon takes most of that. As long as Moserad is out for 49ers, I think McKinnon gets most of that.
I think you got one more week of McKinnon before you got to move away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got him sitting at my flex right now.
He has produced more lately than he's given chances. And he's a great fucking back. He was nasty when he was in Minnesota.
So, looking at, since we're talking about Gordon, his carries per game have gone down. He started out his last 3 games, 17, 8, and 6 in carries. His receptions, 2, 6, and 1.
Yeah, it's wild that they can't get him the ball throwing.
And that's based on our, when we give these stats out, it's based on our scoring. So your league may vary.
Yeah, we don't have that MAGA scoring.
Yeah.
No. PPR, but not crazy.
Yeah.
Our defenses start at 10, not 30.
Philip Lindsay, while McKinnon, Gordon, the thing with Gordon, he's catching more of the balls out of the backfield than Lindsay. Lindsay's, I guess, doing the majority of the rushes. Not as many carries, but the production out of him has been great. So he had 9 carries for 79, 6 carries for 83, 8 carries for 23. Obviously, last week was a dud for him. It was a dud for the entire Denver offense, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little wild to see. Like, they just abandoned the run. They abandoned offense. Yeah, it's wild to see Philip Lindsay have less attempts, but more production.
Yeah, because he's making the most out of his chances.
Yeah, maybe he was getting tired before. Now he's got a nice little rest.
He said, "Well, I'm gonna do it."
All right, Blue Crew's got another one. We're setting Blue Crew's lineup this week. So
let's do it.
Pick 2 PPR: Thielen, Godwin, T. Higgins.
Higgins and Thielen.
Higgins.
Yeah,
and Thielen.
I love Higgins.
Yeah,
I go Higgins, Thielen, then Godwin if you had to.
Yeah, Godwin is still
this
kind
next
of
game is Anger, Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown anger touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Godwin's still kind of favoring that finger a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I do think that the Bucks are going to do well this week. There's just a lot of people to catch passes over there, and a lot of people to score touchdowns.
There's
And
only one
you've
football.
got the residual broken finger, and it's like, I mean, Godwin's great. I like Godwin in general, but he's got a lot of competition over there, and it's hard to trust him to be the one to catch the touchdown.
And we're feeling Thielen.
Yep.
Yeah. But what sucks with Thielen is once Minnesota realized if we stop letting Kirk Cousins fuck the game up, we win when Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
scores. So when Dalvin Cook has huge games, their passing takes a hit. So I like Thielen over Godwin, but not over Higgins. I love Higgins. I picked up Higgins a couple weeks ago, and he's been pretty good ever since. Like AJ, I drafted AJ Green thinking that he would have the breakout year for the Bengals connecting with Burrow, and it was not that way. He's having the connection with the younger crew. Tyler Boyd has become the number one, and Higgins is a clear number two. So I'd go Higgins.
Wonderful.
All right. Did we talk about anybody in your match, Jose, or just Aaron Rodgers?
Well, we can talk about my trade is, so I had Melvin Gordon. I played Melvin Gordon this week, and he got me 1-5.
Yeah.
So, but my trade with Tito, I gave up Tyreek Hill, who I think put up
Still-
another 20-point game.
Yeah.
But-
You got Herbert.
On the flip side, it got me 27 from Herbert and 20.5 from Keenan Allen.
That was
which
a very
was-
fair. That was a very fair trade. My trade with Jose Herbert for Hill was pretty straight up fair.
I mean, they both can get you 20 plus. I had to throw you because I knew you weren't. He wanted Hunt.
I
But-
first wanted Hunt, and then I went to Metcalf.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with Metcalf. No, that piece is staying in my lineup. All y'all can get the fuck out of here with some Metcalf.
Because
That dude is
I wanted
staying.
Metcalf because I have Russell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
both of them together,
Would be nuts.
Unstoppable. Yeah.
All right. All
And
right.
I needed a quarterback that could put up 20 plus because fucking cammed if you do, cammed if you don't was doing me in, man. Oh, why this guy crying on the sidelines?
Why is he crying on the sidelines? Ouch.
Oh, just one tear, just hanging on.
Oh, man. Wipe that
So-
off, buddy.
Oh, what?
You
what
leave
did
a
the
tear
guy-
on your cheek, you're looking for people to notice. You're looking
What
for
they
somebody
say
to
in
come over
the
and be like,
huddle? That
"Sup?"
was so hurtful.
right? Somebody hurt his
Jesus.
feelings.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
man.
From the chat, ISO only says they were offered Kenyon Drake, Brandon Cooks, and DJ Moore for Ezekiel Elliott. What do we think? I'm assuming 3 different people or one person offered him those 3 different options for Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't know
3 for
why
1.
you would be doing a 3-for-1 trade for Ezekiel Elliott at this point. in
Yeah,
the
because I was
season.
about to say for those 3, Bobby, you almost take it
Yeah, for
So-
real.
if it's those 3 for him.
So who is it again? Drake?
Drake, Cooks, and DJ Moore.
Wait. Yeah, but he has.
He has
Okay,
Zeke.
he has Ezekiel
He has Elliott. Yep.
Well,
I would
mean,
move Ezekiel Elliott for those 3.
Well,
Especially,
I'm not
can you then pick up Tony Pollard?
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
but
thing.
Ezekiel Elliott might
So
get shut
for-
down.
So for a 3-for-1, he might have to drop 2 guys.
I don't know
That's
if it's
where
a
it comes-
3-for-1. Maybe ISO only can. It's one person. Oh, it
Oh,
was
he's
3.
got-
He says no. It
Yeah.
was 3-for-1.
Yeah, I would do that.
yeah, because Kenyon Drake might be back to help you during playoff time. Brandon Cooks is having a way better year than Ezekiel. And who was the other? Who was the 3?
DJ
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake is possible to come back this week, if not next week.
And DJ Moore is one of those, like, he can get you 2 points, which he did this week, or he can get you 30 points.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that person wants Ezekiel Elliott
Right.
that badly.
Yeah.
Has to be a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, why
Has to be a
is
Cowboy fan.
that person giving up Cooks when Cooks is having a great season for Ezekiel? Is he a Cowboys fan? Is this guy?
Maybe.
What's his logo?
He's gotta be.
What-
Let's look at. So this is again our scoring. But the last 4 weeks for Elliott, 7 points, 4.5 points, 7.5 points, 7 points.
Yeah.
Like, ever since the Cowboys made a change at quarterback, he's all done.
Well,
Like-
ever since they were forced to make a change at
Well, right,
quarterback.
right. You know,
Well, yeah.
Twice.
Ooh, god damn, late hit on Tannehill.
Yeah. I'd almost say, if you weren't offered that 3-for-1 trade, I'd almost say drop Zeke.
I mean, definitely don't drop Zeke, but
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can find a
there's
Cowboys
name value.
fan.
There's name value there. Yeah, somebody's gonna pick him up.
Hey, he says,
I would-
Oh,
I just-
Jonnu Smith rushing touchdown.
oh, god damn
I
it,
just-
John, you.
Oh, do we do the bonus? Would he
Well-
have got bonus for being a
Well,
rush?
check if that's
No.
rushing. Because if he throws it, if he handed it to him forward in front of him, that's a passing touchdown.
Let's see.
So double check that. He
okay.
might have come around, and if he just sticks the ball out in front of him, they count that as a passing
No,
touchdown.
no, it's a handoff.
It was behind him.
Yeah, he handed it right into his gut.
Another
Yeah, so
one.
that's a rushing. That's a
Another
rushing.
one from Blue Crew in the chat. Should I be worried about the defensive matchup with Thielen versus the Bears? Sorry, guys. Don't mean to get you off your agenda. Great show, by the way.
we love being off the agenda. It's fine. I mean, I guess a little, but I don't know. It's a Monday night game. If any defense is going to choke on a Monday night game, I feel like it's the Bears defense.
It's a division
Yeah.
rivalry too. You have, I think Foles is still going for them.
Yep.
I'd roll
mean-
the dice on that.
But you
I'd be
also kind
comfortable
of
with that.
you would have drafted Thielen kind of high, wouldn't you have?
Right.
I would
Like
imagine.
Thielen wasn't hanging around 10th round. I mean,
Yeah, you
like,
got high
kinda-
expectations for Thielen.
You drafted Thielen to play Thielen. It just sucks that you can't. It's not like Dalvin Cook can put up 37 and
Yeah.
Thielen can put up.
Well, that's
20.
the thing. You're 2 weeks into Thielen having some rough weeks because Dalvin Cook has had 2 weeks in a row where he's scored every point. So
Yeah, and in our league, it's not like the Bears are running away with anything. They're averaging 5.6 points a game.
Well, are they better at the run or the pass?
3 weeks they've gotten double digits. I'll tell you right now, they've as a team they've have 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions, 1 touchdown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 fumble recoveries. Sacks is where they're getting their points from.
Yeah, because what you hope is that they could shut the run down and Minnesota's just throwing all game.
Which is possible. I mean, look, they're going into the game. Cooks is going to be their focus.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I go into the game, I'm going to stop Cooks. I'm going to make, what's his face throw the ball.
Yeah, make Cousins win the
Cousins
game
win the game. Correct.
because Cook is better than Cousins.
Homeboy.
Right.
Yeah.
Homeboy. Yes. Make
Alright.
homeboy throw the ball.
All right. Where are we at on week 9 here, Mahoney?
all right, let's keep moving down week 9. Let's go to Goat versus Matt. Matt, another division leader. So here's the deal. As we've talked about, because I am 3-6, because I started 0-6. If I have any hope, I need a lot of games to go my way. And so I look at all of our 6 matchups and I pick who I need to win, who I need to lose. I needed Matt to win this week because he's a division leader. I'm not even in his division. I'm certainly not going to catch him at 7-2. He's up against Goat, who is 4-4, now 4-5. Goat couldn't get it done. 105 for Matt, 89.5 for Goat.
Yeah, their
Worked out for me.
quarterbacks were the standout studs, both scoring 30. Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees.
I'm a stud.
The stud. And then they're fucking 2 duds. Goddamn Jared Cook putting up 2 points. And then Shelbyville, Darius Slayton dropping that big .05.
You got the dud!
But he did pick up Emmanuel Sanders and play him, who got him 11. So good call on that. And TJ Hawkinson, one of the few tight ends you can almost count on for high single digit, consistent double digit almost. Well, I wouldn't say consistent. He's around the 9.7 is his average. So you're hitting almost 10. But
Pretty
fucking
good.
tight ends this season. There's like 4 tight ends.
We
Fucking
tried
what-
to convince Tito last week that we don't need a tight end spot in our league anymore.
Just a
Yeah.
second flex.
It's like there's like one good tight end in all of football, so just get rid of that position. We don't even care.
Yeah, but Tito's like, no, tight end position's cool.
yeah,
'Cause I
because
have
he's got the one good tight end in all of
He's
football.
got fucking Kelsey. The guy with Kelsey's like, nah, man, tight end position, you all right.
All right, let's go back to this ISO only Zeke trade. ISO only in the chat asks, does having Julio and Kenny Galladay affect our answer at all?
Wait, who has?
I believe
Galladay's hurt.
ISO only has Julio and Kenny Galladay.
Well, Galladay's not playing, correct?
Yeah, he's not even playing. And by the time he gets back to healthy, the Lions might not even be playing anymore. How are the Lions even doing this year?
I would say even if you put all three of those guys on your bench, like that's a great deal.
No, you would put Cooks into your lineup.
Yeah, I'm just
saying. Yeah, Galladay didn't practice today. And today
Who's his other running back? So his running backs I'm going to make an assumption here that you got two running backs, two wide receivers.
I know exactly who his running backs are: Kareem Hunt and Eckler.
So you go
Eckler's out.
Yeah,
but
so
Eckler's dead.
Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, Galladay when he's healthy, Cooks, and then your flex is like DJ Moore or whoever the other person. Like, yeah, I would do that. Like, absolutely, I would do that.
Make sure you let us know when you win your league championship.
Yeah, because it's almost like you do that trade or you put Zeke on the block and see who offers you the best deal and hope that deal still stands.
Yeah, the Eckler injury was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks, but now it's closer to 7 to 9 weeks that he'll be out.
Well, they found out he may have broke his dick as well. They just didn't want to. They were trying to keep it discreet, but it's breaking news. Austin Eckler's dick is broken. Speaking of, here's a play of recovered broke dick Dalvin Cook.
There he is. Look at how much faster he is now. Look at him.
God damn. And he's like, this one's for you, Kelly. And the Kelly's like, no, I traded you.
Without all that weight holding him down.
Yeah. Yeah, his legs they move better. It's great. All right, let's see here. Speaking of Kelly.
He was bruising his knees.
Kelly went up against Juan this week. I needed Juan to beat Kelly. I never ask Juan for anything. And you know what? He came through for me. He beat Kelly 101.5 to 94.
Wait, we got to talk about how he blackmailed you before Sunday.
He did. He wanted one of my players. He wanted McLaurin. He wanted me to trade him Terry McLaurin, or he was going to he was going to play a bunch of people on buys and basically sit half his team.
Yeah, he was going to,
you motherfucker.
He was going to sit Mahomes.
I need you to beat Kelly.
He was going to sit Mahomes and start Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Now, who did he offer you?
Like nothing. I don't even remember. It was garbage. It was an absolute garbage trade. Let me look at his lineup and see if I can remember who it was. It was terrible.
Was it Danny Amendola? You know what? It might have been Danny Amendola. It was either Danny Amendola or Greg Ward. I was like, get the fuck out of here. For Terry McLaurin. Amendola got a 10.5. Yeah, I don't want Danny Amendola ever. I don't want to be in the position to have to rely on Damian Amendola. I had to rely on Damian Amendola last year to win the first round in the playoffs, and I was like sweating bullets the whole time.
Say Danny Amendola again.
His belly's itching right now.
All right.
I say if you can get value for Elliott, because Mahoney's right. Like, they may deactivate him.
The Cowboys are going nowhere. He looks miserable. They can't throw the ball, so all they do is focus on him. The Cowboys, in a week or two, absolutely could be like, dude, take the rest of the year off. Like, 2020 is wild. Go have Thanksgiving with your family. Yeah. So I would make that trade in a heartbeat because that's a good return. I would expect somebody to be lowballing me for Zeke.
Go back to the forest moon of Endor and enjoy your life day.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where I expect to see him. So I would make that trade, then I would pick up Tony Pollard and stash him and just wait. Yeah. And then I'd have be like, haha, thanks. All right. Okay. Our last game to recap is
this one came down. Well, Kelly almost pulled it off last minute with Damian Harris, but then he got his head exploded.
Yeah.
Poor Kelly.
You don't want to count on any of the Patriots running backs to do anything.
No, and what's sad was like he had just he had like 2 points, and then he just broke off 5. Like he ran for 20 yards, and then he ran another long catch, and then he died.
Yeah. Kelly is collecting all. Kelly has Sony Michel, Rex Burkhead, Damian Harris. He's slowly collecting every Patriots running back, but none of them are getting him any points.
No, he
Kelly,
dropped.
Kelly, listen. I know Kelly listens. He's an avid listener. Kelly, these are Patriots running backs. They're not Pokemon. You don't have to collect them all. Okay.
He already dropped Rex Burkhead. Or no, did he pick Rex Burkhead
He
up
picked
this
Rex
week?
Burkhead up. He had
my
Rex
God.
Burkhead, dropped Rex Burkhead, picked Rex Burkhead up again.
Well, because his fellow guy went down, next man up. Burkhead, you're back on the team.
Ay, ay, ay.
So I beat my wife this week.
Yep, you sure did. You sure did. 99 to 79.
No, I wasn't talking
shit.
fantasy football.
Hey, breaking news.
Oh, hey, I didn't even notice. Yeah, she beat you 99 to 79.
T.Y. Hilton got a catch, folks.
That
Ooh.
Sunday night game, we were. She always had the lead from the start. Like we got to my parents' house like about 1:20 Sunday afternoon, and we both opened up our app, and she started doing a little victory dance, and I was like, oh, so that's how it's gonna be. So we're watching the games, and she's always got a lead, but I know I got them Bucks coming Sunday night. I got my boys Timmy Brady, I got Mike Evans, I got Gronk, that big dummy Gronk.
It's going to be a shootout.
It's gonna be awesome. And then we sit down, and it's not long before we both realized that Timmy Brady was real sad about Donald Trump losing the election. And he
was so sad.
was playing like shit, throwing like shit. The entire team was off. It got to the point where Timmy Brady would throw an interception or a bad throw, or Gronk would drop a touchdown pass, and she was stifling laughter sitting on the couch next to me.
Oh.
That's how bad it got. I think it was maybe that first quarter when I could already tell that the Bucks were doing terribly and none of my players had any points. I sent you guys a screenshot of my bench of Derek Carr, Jonnu Smith, and Curtis Samuel on my bench, who had 27, 47, almost 50 points from the three of them. And I was like, they could have gone right in these spots. Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski.
No, you should have sat Hardman and kept Samuel in.
Yeah, I should have, but ESPN said that last week was a fluke, and Samuel would not be getting as many catches in Week 9 because whoever was back. But yeah, you better believe I'm starting Samuel this fucking week, and he's going to get me 1.5
2
points. Yeah. Between my three Bucks, Tom Brady, 2 points. Mike Evans, 8 points. Gronk, 0.5 points.
Oh.
10.5 points. Yeah, for real. I got the dub.
I'm honestly surprised Mike Evans got you 8 points.
Mike Evans was my highest scoring Buck because I also had Godwin, who I think got 5 points.
Mike Evans was almost your highest scorer.
No.
You had that McCaffrey game going, though.
Yeah, I had the McCaffrey performance really got me stoked. Even though it meant my Chiefs defense got -2, I was pretty stoked about that McCaffrey return. But then the Bucks game happened.
And then Brandon Cooks on the other side for Mary, 15-5.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what Zeke put up this week? Not 15-5. And Mary's got that nice little Deshaun Watson, Brandon Cooks combo.
Yeah.
Watson put up 28, and him and Cooks, they got it cooking. But Justin Jeffries, 7-5. I mean, not the 20s you got used to him getting, but again, his game suffers just like Thielen. The running game gets going, but you know who's fucking back?
What the
Goddamn
fuck,
Juju.
Phillip Rivers? He took a sack at the worst possible time. Throw the fucking ball away, dickhead.
He said, no, this guy's got cool glasses.
That was wild.
Juju's back though. 18 points. See, that's what Juju needs all the wide receivers healthy for him to be productive.
Right, so that they're not double, triple teaming him.
Right. When it's just him, when Washington's hurt, what's his face? The other guy, like he's just everyone could just single him out. But when everybody's healthy, like he's been producing ever since the team's been getting their wide receivers back. Juju might be back. Playoff push. Playoff Pete. Playoff Juju. I don't know. Fuck it, some kind of nickname.
All right. That is our week.
All right.
Week 9 review.
All right. Well, Tito has the standings after week 9, so let's go over to Tito.
All right, so now everybody's kind of bunched together now.
You don't say.
Right? So we're gonna start. You know what? Let's start in our division since there's 3 of us here. In the Cybertron division, I'm still leading the division at 7-2. You have Jose over here at 4-5, and Juan and Mahoney at 3-6. So
Juan, what are you doing?
If Jose would stop, so
stop winning,
2
Jose.
weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, I needed Jose to lose, and he somehow finds a way to pull out a win. If he had lost those 2, Juan and I would be tied for second.
So we'll switch over to Hell's Kitchen, where
Second
the other
with a 3-6 record. That's wild.
Yeah.
the other 7-2 team, Shark Shelbyville Sharks, so they are 7-2, leading the Hell's Kitchen division. You have Kelly there at second, along with Mel, both at 4-5, and Mary coming in at 3-6 as well. Moving over to Japan shit, you have Vetter at 6-3.
No, that's Tad.
Excuse me, no, it's Tad. Tad at 6-3, Vetter at 5-4, Goat at 4-5, and Knize at 4-5. So take the 7-2 teams out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's I take all the division leaders out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could even leave Tad 6-3 in there. You got 4-5. You got 6-3, a bunch of 4-5s, and 3 3-6s.
Not even. So if you're worried playoffs, because trust me, I've done this a lot. If you're worried playoffs, you got Matt at 7-2, Tito at 7-2, Tad at 6-3. Right? Cool. First place in your division. Wonderful, guys. The wild card right now is 5-4.
Yeah.
We've got 5 teams at 4-5 and 3 teams at 3-6. So I went 0-6 to open the season, and I am what is this? 2 games? 2 games away from the wild card? Like,
yeah,
maybe 3? Like, wild. Absolutely wild. Like, nobody is out of it. We're all still in it. We all could make the playoffs.
Everybody's still in it.
Somebody in the Discord this week, somebody in the Discord was like, let's start looking at magic numbers. And it's like, the magic number is every single person could make the playoffs.
Yeah,
like,
what? That was Shark.
Keep trying.
That was Shark. What is he talking about?
Okay, so a magic number is how many, like, wins or losses. Like, if you lose or your opponent wins, what combination of those occurrences needs to happen before you are
Clinching the playoffs.
Clinching the playoffs. So, or you know, vice versa if you're eliminated. So if you win, like Jose, if Jose wins, what is this? This is week 10, so we got 4 more weeks, and he is a game ahead of me. So if he wins or I lose any combination of 3 games, I think it's all done. Like, I can't catch him. So Vetter, I think if Vetter wins 2 more games, I don't think I can catch him. So I need Vetter to lose like every week. Which might happen. Because I have put a voodoo curse on you, Vetter.
Did you see who sprained his dick this week?
Was it Vetter?
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas is the only reason I don't hate that Michael Thomas trade is that I sent Eckler for him, and Eckler hasn't done anything either. So Mary and I just traded IR spots.
Mahoney, if you had to guess, how many moves do you think that you've made this season?
I don't know. A lot.
Over or under 50?
I would probably say over 50.
Close. 49.
Woo!
Right under.
The closest person behind you is Jose. Or no. It's Mel with 31.
What are you guys doing? Why aren't you making moves?
Who's
I've
third?
made 20.
Who's third? Who's third?
It's you, Jose.
Jose, you are.
Okay.
28.
I'll take top three.
I
Season's
am-
not over though.
I'm
Yeah.
squarely in the middle of the pack as far as moves go, just like I am in the standings.
I don't think I can catch Mahoney, but with the trade season done, I may be able to catch him on waivers.
Could be. I'm pretty set now. Like I'm pretty solidified at this point. I have my defenses lined up straight through the playoffs. I've got I was streaming kickers, streaming defenses, so it makes sense to me that I got a lot of moves. And I'm always plus I've had a lot of people on IR and a lot of people that would be not on IR, just out week after week, so they would come into my lineup, and then on Thursday they'd be declared out, and I would put them in the IR slot, and I would pick somebody up because I'm not going to just not pick somebody up. If I have a player who goes out and I can move him into that IR slot, I'm going to move him into the IR slot.
Yeah.
I'm going to find somebody out there on the free agent market that I think might be valuable to have. I'm going to pick him up, and then I'm going to just wait and see. I picked up Tua one week because I was like, if this dude, it was his first start, and if he goes nuts, I'm going to trade him. I'll drop somebody else. I'm going to trade him or keep him. Who knows? I'm always going to use a slot on my roster to pick somebody up. It boggles my mind when I look around our league and I see somebody who has both of their IR slots open and one or two players listed as out. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Put them in those spots and pick up more players.
So you're not fighting for him later on the waiver wire.
Exactly.
You got him.
Exactly.
Then you either grabbed a stud on the low,
Yep.
or you trade him for a stud. You take
Yep.
that great game he just had and you flip it.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
weren't going to
worst,
play him anyways.
worst case, what happened to me with Tua, that first start, he got 7 points or something. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I dropped him. I just let him go, as though he was never here. That's the worst case. There's literally no downside.
We didn't mention it when we talked about my game, but can we go back to that time you said Dolphins weren't going to score again on defense?
I told you they would score one more time in the second half.
All right. Well,
So
they
it
peaked.
still holds.
They're going to do it again.
You got a whole
We'll
5
see.
points out of that Dolphins defense. Good job.
Ooh,
Hey,
boy.
they scored. They
0.2
scored.
over projection, so.
Doesn't even matter because now, oh my God, how did I forget? Now we don't need to worry about Jose starting the Dolphins defense because, Juan, what on earth were you thinking dropping the Steelers defense to pick up the Eagles? Juan, the Steelers defense hasn't scored less than 4 points in our league, in our scoring. They haven't scored less than 4 points all year. Not a single time. And the defenses this year, we've talked about this multiple times. So many of them are just putting up negative points every week. Some of these defenses are averaging negative points. You have the Steelers defense, which is top 3 in our league, who is
Yeah, I'll
Who
tell you
is-
what they are.
averaging 10 points or something ridiculous, and you drop
Yeah, they're
them to stream
they're
a defense?
Third ranked defense, averaging 10.1 points, rostered 99.3.
I honestly
When
am
I
shocked
saw
that
that-
even allowed you to drop them.
It shows that the Eagles are projected for 7.5 and the Steelers are projected for 6.8. And also, what scared me away from the Steelers is defenses versus the Bengals have not done great except for 2 weeks out of the entire season so far. Negative
Which
2.
two?
It was
Yeah, but it was
week 5 against
Baltimore.
Baltimore, 25 points, and week 1
Yeah.
against the Chargers.
So Baltimore is the closest thing on that list to Pittsburgh.
I was just looking. I was looking at Pittsburgh long term. Like I wasn't looking at them I was looking at them more for the playoffs.
I mean,
Well, I
Pittsburgh
have
is a
Justin
defense you
Herbert.
start every week and you never even worry about it.
Yep.
I have Herbert, so I did not like the idea of playing Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I like that. we're gonna go ahead and fucking keep that one.
Dolphins.
I didn't. I'm not dropping the Dolphins. Like I love them long term. I love their schedule, and they are the number 1 ranked scoring defense right now. I'm pretty sure because they got a good chance of running back kicks. But I was going for that Giants defense because I mean the Eagles defense on the waiver wire because they were playing the Giants, and you play defenses that are playing the Giants. That's just what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I was 8th on the waiver wire. So the Giants got snatched up. But then I was like, oh, really? Pittsburgh out there. Okay, let me see how this all plays out. I woke up in the morning, saw that I didn't get who I wanted. Juan got the Eagles, but Pittsburgh was out there, and I was sitting at waiver wire number 2. Only Mary, who Mary has Indianapolis's defense, so I knew she wasn't going for a defense.
Yep.
So her only reasoning for taking Pittsburgh was to block, and I didn't think Mary was too worried about doing any of that with any needs she had on her team.
Yeah, plus the trade deadline had passed, so I couldn't even reach out to Mary and be like, yo, pick up the Steelers defense and name your price.
Yeah, see, and that was my other thing was
deadline.
I'm not going to say shit because Mahoney's gonna finagle some kind of something, and that defense is going to get picked up by somebody.
I wanted to finagle something, but I didn't want to even talk about it because I wanted the Pittsburgh defense. Who wouldn't want the Pittsburgh defense?
I put in.
I was working on a few things. I was working on a few things on the trade deadline that didn't pan out. But you damn sure know that I put in for a claim on the Pittsburgh defense.
Every single person in our league should have put in a claim on the Pittsburgh defense. They are the 3rd best defense in the whole league. They average 10 points a week. Like
what I'm hoping for this week is I don't mind. I think the Bengals may put some points up, but I'm still looking for like a couple interceptions, couple fumbles. We don't know if Mixon's playing yet, so they're gonna shut down the run game because you don't really run against Pittsburgh. Like not a lot of teams explode against Pittsburgh. So
they've never scored in the entire season. The Pittsburgh defense has never scored less than 4 points. They've only scored less than 8 points twice. Like, I honestly, Juan, cannot understand
10,
what you were thinking.
13, 9, 8, 19, 4, 13, 5.
Yeah. Like, absolutely.
But what's disheartening is seeing that 5 against Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the team everyone's beating the fuck up, they put up.
But you know what? Sometimes that happens when you roll into like you look at Dallas and you're already thinking about the next game. You're like, forget it.
They were already looking at Cincinnati.
They're on their 3rd string quarterback. We're unstoppable. Like, I don't give a shit about Dallas. I don't need to watch any of these tapes. I don't need to prepare. So,
well, the Bengals, just like the organization, the social media team, just tweeted out like an old picture of Guzmanzada, like wiping his cleats with the terrible towel.
Oof.
So somebody's getting slapped this weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna hit with a helmet or some shit like that.
All right. Well,
Guzmanzada's like, hey, leave me out of this. I'm retired, motherfucker.
Speaking
like,
of,
I paid for that.
Speaking of this week, let's go to Mahoney and the Week 10 preview.
No. Week 10 is going to be a hell of a week. So, I got to beat Mel. I got to beat Mel. Mel's 4-5. I'm 3-6. By the end of this week, we will both be 4-6. It's going to be great. So, I got to beat Mel. 9 points. I don't have a choice. Yeah, Tannehill's got me 9 points. I when we sat down to start the show, I was like, oh, I need to log in and see if I want to start Tannehill against the Colts, and then realized the game had started like 50 minutes ago, and was like, whoops, guess I'm starting Tannehill against the Colts.
How are you so crazy with stats and a notebook, and you don't know when the game's starting?
Because here's the deal.
Mind himself.
It's not that I don't know when the game is starting. I don't know what time it is right now. Like, I have, like, Thursday is a very busy day for me. That window of the nighttime is very busy for me. And then, all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock. So
Who were you gonna start?
I was gonna pick up the quarterback for Denver, whose name I don't know because I don't know who any of
Drew
these
Lock.
people are. Drew Lock.
I have Mahomes on a bye in my MAGA league, and I picked up Locke and playing him as my weak play.
Yeah,
because I did the same. I did the same approach in that league that Mahoney sold me on this. If you got a quarterback, you're dead set on I'm starting no matter what the matchup is, and there's still a shitload of quarterbacks out there scoring points weekly. If he's not hurt, I wasn't worried about him. I had Mahomes.
exactly.
I'm playing Mahomes, so I'm not rostering another quarterback until I need to.
Yeah, because it comes down to a week like this. There was like 3 quarterbacks that I was considering playing instead of Tannehill. And even Tannehill, I wasn't super worried. So that's 4 quarterbacks to choose from versus carrying one in my roster every single week.
And Tua's been playing well. Like he had he put up 7 that first week, but since they're letting him throw.
Yeah, they didn't have to let him throw that first week.
I was looking at Tua. I was looking at Tua. I was looking at Locke. I was looking at Mayfield.
I think they were more worried about let's get him that first win. The defense put up some points. Let's not let him make too many errors throwing. He got a couple throws. Let's run the ball. The defense is setting the tone. Let's get that win under his belt. And then the next game, he's riding that high. Let's let him throw a little bit more. And it was a fucking. They came down and won. Like he didn't put up Murray numbers. He didn't dominate the game like Murray did, but he won.
Yep. What hung me up is I mentioned I've got my defenses lined up for the rest of the year. So I'm carrying 3 defenses right now, which is too many.
But your starting lineup stacked. You can afford to do that.
I can afford to do that because I've got Jones and Cook as my running backs, but then I'm carrying both of their handcuffs. So I got Madison and Williams on my bench. Those are locks for me. I can't drop either of them. And then I've got Noah Fant as my tight end, but he's been questionable. He was hurt last week. Goat dropped Hooper for some reason. So I grabbed Hooper off of waivers this week. And then I was trying to talk myself.
The Pittsburgh of the football.
Yeah, I was trying to talk myself into dropping Fant and picking up another quarterback to start over Tannehill. But I was like, but I kind of like Fant, and I don't want to drop him. And he's the 3rd ranked tight end this week in PPR, and I'm like, I can't. And I cannot convince myself to drop the 3rd ranked tight end.
I dropped
a backup quarterback.
I have Kelsey on bye, so I was going after Hooper this week on the waiver wire. That was my first pick.
Yep.
I didn't think he'd get to me, so I was already doing my plan B. My plan B was to reach out to Kelly, who has Ebron and Goddard.
Yep.
So I said, hey, you need a defense. I need a tight end. He's like, all right, I'll give you Goddard. Sure. Goddard against the Giants is a solid play, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's funny because when Fant got hurt, I was trying to decide, did I want to pick up the Philly defense against the Giants, or do I want to pick up Hooper? And I was like, well, if I pick up the Philly defense, I can send a defense to Kelly for Goddard. And then I'm fine if Fant is hurt. But the app wouldn't let me pick up any more defenses because I had too many. So
max
answered
3.
the question for me.
Noah Fant is the 3rd ranked tight end in going into week 10, and he's had a bye. So he's got a game less than some teams. He didn't play a game against New England.
Yep.
So he already missed a game. Those are 2 games. And then pretty much the New Jersey and the beginning half of the KC game, he had just got hurt and he was coming back from an injury. So he didn't have the best games. and then he re-injured himself in week 9. He still got you 5-5. Even with all that, he's still 3.
Yeah, so I really struggled with
he's
the
11.
decision.
Oh, he's
Well,
11.
He's 11 in scoring,
Now.
but he's the 3rd ranked.
Yeah,
If you go by the rankings, he's 3rd ranked. So it's like I can't just drop him. Plus, I also know a lot of you needed a tight end this week. So I'm like, I'm not just gonna throw out a tight end into the wilderness for these people who need him. So
Especially one that can
I
help
rolled
you
with
in the
Tannehill.
playoffs.
He's got me
Fuck
9
that.
points. You know, I would like more than 9 points from Tannehill, but I still got about half the game left, so I'm okay. All right, Tito. Knize, I love you more than so many people, more than most people, but I need Tito to beat you this week, and I'm so sorry about it.
I guess. I mean, you know, whatever happens, happens.
I don't have my Chiefs. I've got 4 points from Taylor. Right now, the projection has us just about tied.
Mhm.
So he has a very good chance of winning.
I know, but
He's
I need
gonna-
you to fix that, Tito.
He will go as the Bucks go.
Yeah. We'll know much more clear how this game's gonna go by 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as the commissioner, Tito, if the Bucks do well, I'd like you to take them out of his lineup, put them on his bench. And if they do poorly, I'd like you to make sure that they are all in his lineup. Okay? Appreciate it.
But what?
Gotcha.
Why does Tito need to win? Tito's already in first place.
I know. I need everyone
yeah, but
who's
that's
in
why it
first
doesn't
place
matter.
to be
He
in
needs
first
you
place.
to lose.
I need everyone who's not in first place to lose because I got to sneak into that wild
Tito
card.
losing
No.
helps
Yeah.
nobody.
No,
He needs
Because
the middle
Tito's
of the
got
pack.
the position
Yeah,
locked.
It's
he
fine,
needs
though.
the middle of the pack to stay in the middle or come down to him.
it's fine.
Yep.
Tito will still be in first place if he loses, and if I
No.
win, big deal. Like I get an
I
extra
don't
win.
need Tito to be in first place. Tito just
Hey.
happens to be in first place. I need you to be 4 and 6
No.
because I am going to be 4 and 6, and then we will be
Nice.
tied.
I say do it.
Do what?
Do what?
Win it.
Okay.
No, no, lose it. No, don't
win
do
it
that.
all. Win the
No.
whole
Nice,
thing.
Nice is like, all right.
Do it.
You got
Just
it.
fucking do it.
You double dare me?
Oh, I fucking triple dog dare you. I fucking dare you to do it. I dare you to
Can
win.
I have one win? One win.
No, you can't.
Come on, you gotta give him one.
Just one.
No.
I
You can
don't
win.
I don't.
You can
okay.
win the next time you're playing a team. If you play Vetter, you can win then. You can't win next
I
week.
he
don't
said
tell you
if
that.
you play better.
I
You can't
don't.
win
See,
next week.
So he's wishing you 2 losses in a row, pretty much.
Yeah.
I
You know who you
don't
get
want
next
the
week.
wild card. I don't want the wild card. I just want to be out of the loser playoffs.
Hey man, I
Okay,
say go
well,
for it.
let's
No,
talk
no,
once
fuck
I
that.
have the
Go on a
wild card.
run. Go on a run. Win
Nice,
this
you
whole
can make the
goddamn
playoffs.
thing.
I
Don't set
can,
your sights on the bottom. You can make the playoffs.
but I would rather not be in the loser playoffs than be.
Yeah, but you can do both. You know what
Yes.
happens if make the playoffs? You're
You're out of
automatically
losers.
not in the losers.
Oh
bowl.
shit, that makes
You're
a lot of
actually
sense.
in the running for the winners bowl.
There could be 5 teams next week, depending on how these matchups go. There could be 5 teams that are 4 and 6.
Anyone got their interest on some Zach Pascal? He
No.
just scored.
Oh, he's doing a little dance.
That
It
does
was
nothing for nobody.
It was now that's one of them passes you were talking about.
He did it forward, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pass. The
That's
other
a
one
pass.
was a handoff in his gut.
Yeah. So that's what I said, ooh.
Uh-oh.
Is that in?
I don't know if that counts. I don't know.
No.
I hope it doesn't, and they give it to Taylor.
I think he's down.
All right, let's line that shit up at the 1. Let's go.
Yeah, these guys are like, hey, kick that field goal.
Yeah.
Let's go, extra point. Come on.
No. This is an automatic review. This is an automatic review.
He's like, no. We kick it. It's good.
All right.
Look at his face. He knows it. He's
Yeah.
like, God damn it.
So this next
Yeah,
match,
he's
here's
down.
a match.
That elbow's down.
Here's a match that I don't care about. Goat and Kelly. Goat is 4 and
Listen.
5. Kelly is 4 and 5. So one of them's gonna be 5 and 5. One of them's gonna be 4 and 6. Doesn't matter to me which one it is. So have at it, boys. Right now they're
Well-
projected 1 for Goat, 96 97 for Kelly. So
Yeah. Goat
The
The
has,
goat
uh,
had
has Henry and Brown going, and they're not doing that great.
combined 8.
If it doesn't matter which one of them wins in this one, let me get a win.
no, because
Yeah,
it
but you're not
does
this
matter
one.
to me that I need Tito to win so that you go to 4-6. If you go to 5-5, then I have to.
Mahoney.
I have another game I have
Mahoney.
to catch up on with you.
Mahoney, you're breaking Knize's heart right now. You know that, right?
I'm so sorry.
But one of
I'm
these
so
guys
sorry.
is
He's
going
not
to be
only
5
breaking
and
it,
5.
He plans on smashing it because he's going
Next
to
week.
have this same talk next week. Get ready for
Next
this
week,
same
guys.
talk next week. You lose.
Next week,
That's the
you
plan.
and I play each other, and I'm going to have to drown you in a puddle.
That's
And I
fine.
don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I've gotta. And then
Just look at the
after that-
rabbits.
After that, I think it should be fine. I think you can win out.
You know
from then
what?
on.
Just because of that, I'm just going to go undefeated the rest of the season. Watch me.
We'll
There
see.
you go. There you go.
We'll
That's
see.
the attitude.
I say do
I
it.
need you to not do that. I have to go undefeated the rest of the season, and I need Vetter to lose out.
No.
What do you mean, no? What do you care if Vetter loses out?
No, don't worry about that. I just don't want you to win.
Well, yeah.
I need
don't
you to
worry.
lose. I don't like you
Oh,
on
I'm-
my heels.
Well, you
I'm
need
coming
Vetter. You
for your
both
heel.
need Vetter to lose, and I don't think Vetter's going to lose this week.
Well, yeah, me neither. Okay, let's keep going down this list so we can get to that. That's the last game on the list here. So then we got Mary and Tad. Tad's projected 107. Mary's projected 103. This is another one. Tad's at 6-3, first in his division. Mary's 3-6. So I love Mary, but I need Tad to win. So sorry, Mary. I'm hoping that you maybe next week.
Man, he wants to just shit in your whole household.
My whole household.
The whole household. He said,
I need
fuck
all of the
everyone
Knizes to have a
playing
bad
under
weekend.
your roof. Fuck all of them.
That's right.
So,
Why don't you invite Jose over? Because I need him to lose too.
Why don't you all watch football and just eat a dick together and lose?
No.
Go, fuck it!
Look at Rivers is like, should I push him? Should I push him?
River's waiting to push him in the back, asshole.
Oh man, they had it.
That was-
They
they
did
had
exactly what you wanted. You got exactly what you asked for.
All he had to do was go in
Straight
another
up
inch.
embarrassing.
He had to go in another fucking inch.
He ran into his own dude.
Fuck.
Some of that Vicar. Oh, they're going for
That's
it.
Tonzo.
They're going for it.
Yeah, how do you not? Oh, you gotta
Watch
go
this
for
one
it.
go T.Y. Hilton.
All right.
Yeah, he throws it.
I'm like 3 seconds behind you, Jose. So shush.
I don't understand how Jose's TV works.
He
Oh
doesn't.
God, his eyes out of his head.
Oh no. His eye exploded.
And he's down.
He's down. But it
And that's
wasn't
not
your
my-
guy
That's
anyways.
not my
Well,
guy anyway.
Wasn't your guy anyways.
So fuck
I didn't
him.
wanna-
I don't care.
I
If
didn't
he's
wanna
not my
tell
guy. I
you.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was being quiet about it. I saw it.
All right, so invite Jose over, get yourself some of those nice smoked wings that you like, and watch Jose lose to Matt.
I mean,
please.
that-
'Cause Jose
No,
and Matt are
Because
playing.
no, you know what we're gonna watch? We are gonna watch the resurgence of the Bucks
Yes.
just bombing.
Hey, I mean,
Just straight bombing. AB 2 touchdowns, Mike Evans 2 touchdowns.
No, that sounds
Gronk
awful.
80 yards, 4 catches.
Gronk can't
Call
run
it.
80 yards.
hey, our Sunday's free.
Jose, you got plans.
With our powers
Going to
combined,
the Knizes for wings.
with our powers
Winning,
combined, we can
motherfucker.
all win and screw up Mahoney's plans.
No, you gotta all lose.
Don't
No.
tell us
No.
that.
You gotta.
I would rather you think that we are going to lose than tell us that we have to.
I need you to lose. It has to happen.
He's,
Listen,
he's
man.
telling you there's
Listen.
no other reason for your season to exist except for to lose.
Listen, this is the wins of destiny here. I started 0-6 and have a chance to sneak into the playoffs. What better story is there than an 0-6 team sneaking into the playoffs and winning the whole thing?
Or what better just almost made it story than the team that was one game out. The team that was 5 points off from that 1 week he pulled his running back to make sure he got that number one waiver wire pick. And now he's 5 points short of making the playoffs.
Wouldn't that suck? All right, so the whole thing is going to fall apart because in our last matchup here, we got Vetter, who's 5-4. Vetter is a real problem for me. We got Juan, who's 3-6. So I obviously need Juan to win because I don't really care about Juan going to 4-6. I'll handle Juan later. But Juan is projected for 92 points, and Vetter is projected for 108. And Juan,
Mahomes is on a bye.
Mahomes is on a bye. Juan has no running back because who's he got that got hurt? David Johnson. So he's running with DJ Dallas and Chris Carson. He's running with both of the Seattle running backs in his lineup because he has literally no other options because he didn't pick up Duke Johnson, who was available to him, and because he wasted his waiver pick on the Eagles defense when he had the Pittsburgh defense. So, Juan, I could not be more disappointed in this.
I picked up Duke Johnson and then dealt him to Mary because she needed some help at running back, and he is now the starting running back for her this week, and that's going to be
I wish
cool.
you could send him to Juan.
They're looking at
Henry's shoulder.
Henry's shoulder. Henry has exited the game.
That's all right. You know what they're going to have to do now is throw it.
Oh, Tannehill sacked.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
Jose looking at the future. Oh, Tannehill sacked.
I thought you were just fucking with me. I didn't think it actually happened.
Jose's got that time machine direct TV.
Huh. Oh, shit.
Wild.
His
So
dick
yeah, Juan.
is on the field, squiggling. He's holding his crotch and crying.
Oh no.
It's not broke, folks. It got snapped off.
Oh,
Oh my God, what a sight. Close your eyes. If you have children, change the channel.
they can reattach it. They can sew it right back on. It'll be fine.
We can build it.
It won't
make it
get
better.
as hard, but it'll be fine.
We can make
All
it
right, so that's week 10.
just hard enough.
I need
Yes.
all of you to do me a solid and lose.
Take a look at our picks
and
real
a
quick.
Shitty punt.
And look at that. We were all so nice to you picking you to win this week, Mahoney. And you
I
treat
know.
us like that?
I appreciate it.
Tito's also the favorite. Goat's the favorite. Mary, Jose, and Vetter. So there you go. And it is getting late, so let's head into the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right, Commissioner Tito, final thoughts.
All right, I touched on it during the standings recap. Everyone is still in it. There's not a single team that has been eliminated from the playoffs. So while you can't make trades, keep making moves. There's a few teams that have made 0 moves or barely any moves and somehow are still in it. But now's the time to make a move. Watch your waiver wire picks. If you have a good defense, don't put in a waiver claim for another defense. That's dumb.
Or do it again. Like, drop the Eagles for the
Jets.
roll the dice and
Jets.
pick whoever.
What will you even do with the Eagles? You're starting
Who?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but if I have the Eagles, you don't.
I don't need the Eagles. I got Tampa Bay.
He's got 9 defenses.
I got Tampa Bay. I'm fine. Tampa Bay's going to come out and punish the shit out of the Panthers this week. It's going to be glorious.
It's going to be a wild shootout. I never said, Carolina's, they're going to put up all kinds of points.
Oh, we'll see.
It's gonna be
They
a
don't even
shootout.
have McCaffrey.
Oh, what up, Veronica? I know my Archies when I see them.
All right,
Selling me on
champ.
deodorant.
All right, champ. Jose, what are your final thoughts going into week 10?
No more trades. So your saving grace is the waiver wire. So, I mean, it's slim pickings now, but injuries can change that very quickly. Playoff push. Interested to see what trades propel the teams to that next step. Can any of these last minute moves, 8 trades before the deadline, that's a lot. That could shake up the stats. That could shake up some standings quick. So let's see what week 10.
I appreciate.
And for a week that kind of started out low scoring, it ended up with a lot of teams kind of hitting high.
I appreciate this show particularly for alerting me to the fact that there was a trade deadline this week. So thank you, Tito, for that.
It really doesn't like.
That flurry was wild. Because I
flurry
was in
was
a different time zone, and I was coming back to Florida. So it's like, what time is it? What time's the deadline? What side am I on? Am I an hour before the deadline? Am I an hour after?
Still doesn't get time zones after all these years.
It's like, which direction is the sun moving? I don't know.
It's fucking. Uh-oh. Did the kicker pull his dick? Oh, no. He just said shit.
Oh, man. All right, Mahoney.
Poor punter sitting by himself. All sad.
Final thoughts heading
Not
into
with
week 10 there, Mahoney.
Listen, my only final thought here is I started 0-6. I'm going to win this whole thing, and I'm going to break all your hearts along the way, but I still adore you all.
You can break our hearts, but you don't also have to disrespect us to our faces. Speaking of disrespect, I need a new name for this week. I have to admit, of all the names that you've given me this season, Have a Pizza Me was probably my least favorite. And not because it was embarrassing or any of that. I just think it was the least creative out of all that you've given me. So I'm excited for week 10.
All right. Well, I think that excitement is going to wane because your name for week 10 is Do It Tito, comma, Beat Me.
No, I like that.
And your abbreviation is, of course, Tito.
How about an exclamation point after Beat Me?
I love it.
There we go.
Collaborative.
Save them changes. Continue to my team. All right. So, download Pop Fantasy Football and the Panels on Pages podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you can't find it on your
Hold
favorite...
on. Score alert. Hines. Tearing it up on Mary's bench.
Oh, God.
This guy is so frustrating.
Look
at him. He's 3.5 feet tall.
Last time I looked at it, he had 19 points. So what is he sitting at right now?
Oh, and then they cut back to the punter. Like, this is on you.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
If you can't find Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite app, let us know. And while you're there, leave us a review, 5 stars, give us a little comment. Let us know how we've helped your team with our wonderful advice every week. Be sure to watch Pop Fantasy Football live every week at youtube.com/panelsonpages and chat with us in real time like all these great people did this week. We got ISO Only, Blue Crew, lots of cool non-binary, I don't know what I'm saying. Lots of cool unisex people in the chat this week. I don't want to put any pronouns on anybody. You know, it's 2020. Be sure to
cool people.
Be sure to like and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube. Every week we got Pop Fantasy Football. Every Tuesday live at 10 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Panels on Pages podcast. From that show, we clip out Mahoney's top 6 TikToks of the week. And this week in particular, we clipped out our great segment, which was Wrestler or Porn Star, where I broadcast a butthole on YouTube. It is currently censored because too many of our listeners said that we could get our YouTube banned for that, even though it was literal milliseconds that butthole was up there.
Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't milliseconds.
It was seconds.
That was a solid 30 seconds at least.
Oh,
But everyone who saw that butthole and was scarred, it was hours.
That's a 30-second butthole. That's a long butthole.
That's a long butthole. 30 seconds feels like not a lot of time until you're counting it, you know?
Yeah, until that butthole staring you in your face. Winking.
I think it was maybe a bull ride of a butthole. 8 seconds tops.
I think it was much longer.
That's 8 seconds is some people's goal.
But that's in a 3-hour show.
The
Who's
best
gonna
part
find
about
8 seconds of butthole?
The best part about it was when we said, Knize, you've got a butthole on the screen, and you were like, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Because I thought it was
that talk back and forth was probably 2 minutes.
I thought it was her wrinkly underwear, but no, it was her wrinkly butthole and vagina. So yeah, check that out on the Panels on Pages YouTube. I also got a new video that I put up last week. It's a mashup of Deadwood and The Mandalorian, which is pretty cool. And we've got 10 years of groundbreaking Panels on Pages video content just like that. We've also got a new look to the main site at PanelsOnPages.com, where you can also click on the merch tab, and it takes you to merch.panelsonpages.com. We've got Pop Fantasy Football merch. We got the Pop Fantasy Football logo and the da-na-na logo, and that's on. You can get it on t-shirts, hoodies, notebooks, mugs, stickers, magnets, whatever your little heart could desire. You can get Pop Fantasy Football. Yeah, you can get a Pop Fantasy Football logo butthole if you want. Be sure to join the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com and get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel. And thank you for joining us for the Pop Fantasy Football Week 9 recap. Good luck to everyone competing in this league and beyond. And as always, we'll leave you with this quote from the great Vince Lombardi. Very apropos to our times. No leader, however great, can long continue unless he wins battles. The battle decides all. See you next week. This has been Pop Fantasy Football.
The whole thing's fucked.